Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into the North Main Minute. I'm Joshua Dobie. A foundational planning question with which we're working literally every day here at North Main Financial Group has to do with the broad idea of estate planning. Now, if you're younger and earlier in your career with a young family, you may think, well, I'm not too worried about my estate at this point. And I completely understand that. But it's important that you keep a couple of things in mind. And yes, it is much more important if you are looking at retirement, in retirement, or if you're in your later years of retirement. These things become especially relevant. First, do a beneficiary check. So if you have accounts like retirement accounts, 401ks, IRAs, similar kinds of things, life insurance, annuity contracts, these are several of the kinds of things that all have specific stated beneficiaries on them. And it may be something to which you haven't given attention for a very long time. You want to make sure that those beneficiaries continue to line up in the ways that you would desire. Which brings me to the second point. With your will, first of all, make sure you have one. Because if you don't have one, then the state in which you live relative to the orphans court is going to decide some things for you. So you want to make sure that you have a will in place. You want to make sure that it's updated. And the third big thing is you want to make sure that you understand what the will covers. I just talked about life insurance, 401ks, annuity contracts. Those actually pass outside of your will, meaning that when you have specific designated beneficiaries on those kinds of things, that happens automatically without it going through the probate process. So with regards to your will, make sure you understand what it covers and then what it doesn't cover. And that brings me to the third big point, which is very, very important to keep in mind. As you have significant life events that happen, make sure your documents change with you. We talk with a lot of folks with some regularity who haven't looked at their will or haven't looked at their beneficiary designations, sometimes for a couple of decades. And I completely understand why, but a lot of life happens during that time as well. Maybe you've had a marriage, maybe you've had a divorce, maybe you have children now, maybe folks who you were including in the will, you don't want to be included anymore, or vice versa. So very, very important that periodically you just take a look at that to make sure it continues to be in keeping with what your desires are. If you'd like to reach out to us at North Main Financial Group, perhaps to work through your documents a little bit, maybe coordinate with your estate attorney to make sure that things continue to be aligned in the ways that you desire, we'd love to hear from you. NorthMainFinancial.com.